well, I can't see shit. Why can't I see shit? There we go. Now I can see shit. I was like, I can't see anything. Oh, it's dark in here. Need better lighting. Hey everybody, it's Misty with Mizz Lawless Promotions. It's dark as fruit in here. I had the light bulbs went out and I don't have any other light bulbs, so that's gonna kind of suck today. You're stuck with what light's coming in from the door. Checking to see if Willie's on here. Yes, Willie's on here. We're gonna add in Willie. Hey, Willie!
Hey, Misty.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
You're good?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm trying to pull us up on my Facebook page on the computer so I can see the comments because they don't always come up real great on the cell phone.
Okay. Now take your time.
Hey, there we go. Now I'll be able to see part of our comments.
Okay.
Hi, Chewy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Pretty busy, but hey, been doing good. That's I made my time.
Yeah, it looks like you're in the car today. Now, don't you go having any wrecks over on the phone. I don't want to like come up there and have to ladle spoon you off of the concrete or some shit, okay?
Oh, no. I'm not driving. Don't worry.
Okay, good. Okay, for those of you that don't know Willie is the dance ninja. He is that. I don't know why my phone sounds like a second. Does it sound that way on your end?
Yeah, it does sound on your end. I don't know if it's on my end too, so.
It's not the laptop because I have that muted.
Right.
So that's weird.
I mean, I can hear you clearly, so.
Okay, good. Can y'all hear me? Do you have an echo out there, or can you hear me good?
No, I can hear you. I mean, it's a little bit, but you are good. I can hear you perfectly clear.
I think Chewy's on. I'm asking him if he's here to Chewy. If so, we may have to hang up and try it again.
Okay.
Chewy, can you hear me? Am I echoing on Facebook? Or just on my cell phone? Okay, nobody's answering. Can y'all hear me or am I echoing? Okay, I guess nobody wants to respond to us today.
No, you're perfectly fine.
Chewy says, yeah, he can hear me. It is echoing, but it's okay. I don't understand when it's echoing, but do you want to try again or do you want to keep going?
No, we keep going.
Keep going. Okay. Now, for those of you that don't know Willie does comic books. Tell me a little bit about dancing. When did you get started? Did you?
Funny story. I actually started at 5 years old. And for the record, no one ever taught me anything. I never took a lesson. Everything was self-taught. I actually learned just like back in the 80s, because I'm an 80s kid. Want to be like a Soul Train dancer, so I would watch Soul Train a lot and mimic the Soul Train dancers, and it evolved from that to watching like a lot of dance movies, music videos, and the streets, and usually mimic all the dances and make it my own style.
Okay. Did you have any specific Did you have any specific dance influences that you watched as a kid, or no?
Oh, like dancing, like styles, or movies?
Was there anybody that really like inspired you when you were on dancing?
Well, well, Soul Train, like I said at first, like I said, there was like multiple styles there, mostly a lot of hip hop and pop locking and all that. And then me being involved in, the whole hip hop industry, like the evolution of it, watching a lot of movies like Breaking and Beat Street. And then my father introduced me to Saturday Night Fever because he was a John Travolta fan, and I fell in love with that movie. So, I mean, it evolved, like I said, evolved on, overdue the years, I got experience with different type of dance styles, like jazz, contemporary, some ballroom. And like I said, never took a lesson. I just watch and observe and then try to mimic.
Angel says hi. She loves you.
Hi,
Angel. I know I'm echoing, Dawn. I can't fix it on my end. I hope he's not echoing.
No, I'm not echoing at all.
It's just me.
Maybe it's me. I don't know.
Straight. Now, how did you end up with the name Dance Ninja? Why did they start calling you that? How did that come about?
That's a funny story too. I was aware of that name in 2015. Now, I know you and many people in the Chicagoland area is familiar with this old nightclub called Neo. Now,
yes.
You're gonna see where I'm getting at. Now, the funny story about that is around 2003, this is when I started going. Now, I've been going from the period of 2003 to 2008. And just say that was like a total different experience going to that club because I got used to other clubs, like the Euro clubs and the other techno clubs, the rave scene. And that was like my first taste of the goth scene. Now, I was in the beginning when I started going, many people wasn't really fun of me. They thought I was this outsider trying to ruin their scene. Because I didn't dress goth. I was just being me. I mean, come on, how many people you see in a goth scene wear bright yellow clothes? So,
right, not many.
So, right. So just say with a lot of my dance styles was like totally different from theirs. And a lot of my styles, I'll mix a lot of martial arts in it. Now, one of my goth friends actually confirmed this story to me where many people will ridicule me on the dance floor, like behind my back. Like, who is this guy? What is he stretching before he's dancing? And what type of dance style is he doing? And then he wound up approaching one of my friends, who's currently my friend now. Is like, what is he? Some type of ninja or something? What, some type of dance ninja? So my girlfriend tells him, well, this dance ninja can outdance everybody in the room. Now, I've been getting called that, like I said, behind my back, but I wasn't aware of it until around 2015. That's when, sadly, Neo was closing. And I went to the 36th reunion, and I went a long line. And where's the sound? There were many people that know of me that I didn't even know. They was like, hey, you're the dance ninja. I'm like, huh? You're the dance ninja. You're Lake Bars Ninja. I'm like, what? So I was like, dance ninja. I'm like, okay. I mean, and I know people's like, oh, there's something that I came up with because, I have a love for Japanese culture, for the record. Been to Japan multiple times and have my love for ninjas and all that. They figured, oh, that's the reason why I just called myself that. I was like, no, that's just something that was just given to me. And when that was confirmed to me, I was like, okay. Dance ninja, all right. I'll take that. And since 2015, I've been dubbing myself that. And then right afterwards, I talked to that same guy friend that confirmed that story to me. And I was like, really? So so they called me that just to pick fun of me. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should flip it on them. I'll bring joy to everybody else and bring intimidation to those that talk about me or those that's against dancing in the club scene. So okay. But ironically, around that same time, a little off topic for a minute about the whole comic thing, around that period, I also rebranded my cartoon page on Facebook called Ikered Books. And one of the logos I put on there is a ninja head with, you know, with a long headband with the Chicago Star on it. But I never gave it a nickname or nothing like that. So right after that Dance Ninja name got confirmed to me, I was like, okay, I'll take that. And I will dub the Dance Ninja as my mascot for, you know, for my comic page. So I was like, okay, thank you, Neo. Oh.
I like that. Maybe just a little bit because you're like cut off the nose.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Sorry about that.
I can only see half of you.
Oh, sorry.
Now I can see all of you.
Shadows. All right, cool. All right. Hold on a second here.
What would you say is the longest time frame you've ever danced in one night?
The longest that I've been dancing? Yeesh.
In one night.
If you want to call it a night, I want to say about 10 hours. 10 hours straight. That was like during.
Were you tired?
No, but not tired, but I felt it afterwards. No, actually it was during, let me move back over here. Okay. Can you see me better now? All right.
I can see you better now.
All right. Early through my rave, during the whole rave scene, you know, if you're not too familiar with the rave scene, sometimes they usually party till, you know, when the sun is down until the sun's up. And there's cases they will have raves for like 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours. There's some that have marathons like 12, 14 hours. I hear there's some places that still have that. And I went somewhere and like I said, my earlier rave scene, I was like, okay, y'all partying this long. I'm like, okay, it's 4 o'clock now. Y'all not gonna, oh no, the party's still going. I'm like, okay. Like, okay, 5 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
You still gonna go? I'm like, yeesh. Like, you're not gonna stop them? I'm like, no, I'll keep dancing. I'll keep dancing. So, but no, it was fun. But like I said, afterwards, I felt it afterwards, trust me. Caught Charlie horses in both legs and couldn't barely walk. So yeah.
Definitely. But you party till the sun came up. That's the way it's done.
Oh yes, most definitely. I miss those days. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Nah, no need to lie about that. You don't see as many raves nowadays.
No, not really. I mean, there's some, but it's just not the same no more.
Nothing like it used to be.
No. And I want to put this out for the record. When I started going to raves, and yes, you can say I'm bragging, I never did any club drugs and none of that.
That's a good thing. That means you can keep up with that kind of thing.
Exactly. And still to this day, I still live a sober lifestyle. I'm straight edge, don't smoke, don't drink, don't do drugs. When you see me out there dancing, I'm dancing sober.
I'm the sober driver.
Yeah, same here, so don't feel bad. But no, and as people don't believe that with my style, they're like, okay, you dancing this much, you gotta be off something. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't even like aspirin. That's how bad it is with me. So.
Right. It's just something you enjoy doing. I get that.
Yeah, but the also funny thing I want to add, as a kid when I was dancing, you couldn't get me to dance in front of 2 people.
So it changed as you got older. What changed that?
High school. I was a very, very, very shy kid. You couldn't get me to dance. I mean, yeah, I would dance, you know, on my own, like the records, but you couldn't get me to dance in front of 2 people. I mean, even when people try to bust me out and dance, I'll freeze up. Or with family reunions, like, oh, do that dance with me. Like, my family would, but I was like, literally. So, but no, high school really changed it because, like, you know, high school is totally different, and started going to a lot of homecoming dances and school dances, and I was slowly breaking out of my shell. I think prom really shattered it.
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you're ready for that story. You know what? Why not?
Tell me. Come on, you can't hold back now.
Okay, I'll tell the story. I practically took over my prom. Now,
Hey.
Well, I was drunk when I did it, but I'll try. Okay, I'll give you the full details on it. I had a prom date who practically didn't like me, and even it's funny, she asked me to go out to prom. So I was like, hey, why not? Needed a date, and it was a long, huge hassle about I had to meet her mom. Mom interrogated me. Then my mom had to interrogate her, and they found out secrets about my prom date. It was nothing, but someone was telling me that how prom was, and plus the high school I went to wasn't all that great. So I was like, you know what? I'm having a bad vibe about going to prom, but I was like, you know what? I was 17. I had my brother mix me up some alcohol called Thug Passion. If people's not familiar with that, that's Cristal liquor and Alizé. Yeah. And I saw myself like, you know what? I'm going to get drunk at prom. So I go into prom. People was lame. Even to the point in 1999, the year I graduated, they didn't want to play the Prince song. Because if it was too cliche, they wasn't too offend him. So a lot of us protest, like, play that song or we ain't dealing with your prom. So I'm seeing more BS with the prom day. I was like, you know what? I'm dipping in the bathroom. Dipped to the bathroom, killed the bottle of Thug Passion, and I came out feeling good. And just say when we started dancing, the liquor would start getting into me, and I literally was just like all over the place. I mean, I wasn't tripping or staggering, nothing like that. No, I literally took over prom. To the point I was literally breakdancing. I came out in my tux. I was dancing with the original prom date that I was supposed to, and people thought that was disrespectful. I was like, you know what? Fuck y'all lames. I can't deal with y'all. You know what? Y'all some mama's boys. Let me be me. Y'all got a problem with it? Kick me out. And they never did. And for the record, I wasn't a popular kid in school, but after that incident at prom, that's all people talked about.
Sounds like it was a crazy last night.
It was. I mean, I think I made my prom more worth enjoying. Just seeing me tear up the dance floor like that. Literally. I mean, and me, I can't really dance in a suit, so I literally came out the suit and just started going buck wild. So, but hey.
Oh, wow. Okay. Talk to me about the comic books and the training you have coming up.
Well, it's funny you ask because actually, I actually have a comic that I'm releasing tomorrow on my Ikered book page. That's where a lot of my comics are. Actually, the comic I'm releasing is The Misadventures of Straight Edge Chocolate Bear. That's actually a series I'm working on. Focus on two characters. You know, a straight edge bear who lives a sober lifestyle, who's also have a scent of chocolate, and a drunk sloth friend. Only difference is he's not like physically slow, but he's mentally slow when he's drunk, and always getting a lot of mishaps. And straight edge always had to get him out of situations. Now, even though the story is kind of funny, but it kind of mirrors my life, sort of like my struggles with being straight edge. Now, like I said, with me being straight edge, like I said, I enjoy my lifestyle, but I go and get into situations where I'm the only sober person in the bunch, and I'm always stuck helping everybody out. Like when people get drunk, I'm always playing designated driver or a bodyguard. It's always something. And sometimes it makes me mad. Now, how the drawing started, also around the same time that I started dancing. Now, my brother, like, so I was always a big fan of, comic books and comics. I'm a Marvel guy, by the way. Marvel, my opinion, Marvel better than DC. My opinion, I'm sticking with it. Now, my brother was a writer. What I mean by writer, he was a graffiti writer. And he would have a black book, and I would like mimic him. Like I would see some of his artwork, and then one day he had a piece in his book that he didn't finish. So one day I'd random out just finished the piece that he did, and he was questioning everybody like, who did this? And then when he asked me about, when I told him that I did it, fessed up that he didn't believe me, and I was 5 years old. And like I said, in the beginning, it was like a little something to do, like, hey, maybe I'll do this, whatever. And did my first comic at 7 years old, which people thought that was weird because like you're 7 years old doing that, and at that time it was like in the summer of '89 where I did my first book, Ikerd Me, which I also got that on my Ikered Books page.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
So you were a little tot when you started doing it.
Yeah. And like I said, when I was doing it back then, it was just literally like a hobby, like something to do. And what made me actually want to actually pursue that more at 10 years old, when I actually came across an anime called Wicked City. Now, if you're not too familiar with like Japanese anime, a lot of the anime is totally different from America. And I got exposed to this cartoon just say 5 minutes in. I was like, I never saw sex in a cartoon. 5 minutes in, and then they had a rape scene, and it was like violent, and I'm like 10 years old watching this. I'm blown away. I'm like, if the Japanese can do it, so can I. So, and I try to continue to pursue that. But I knew right there, this is what I want to do. And I know, and in a point where I try to, put my comics out, to certain people, try, get published in the Tribune and sometimes, and some of them, turn me down. They feel that's not what what they're looking for, or I'm too graphic, or I'm too real, I'm too personal. I once even had people at my school thought I was crazy for doing comments like that, and I even had to talk to therapists over it. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They literally thought that I was a problem child, that I came from a broken home, and my parents were drug addicts, and I'm probably doing this because of that. I'm like, no, it's because a lot of my stories are truthful. And I'm like, no, I just draw what's around me. Because one thing about my comics is I could be a little fantasy, but I'm truthful at the same time. And a lot of my characters are based on real people. Like, you could be a cartoon character in my comics. Like, depending on how your personality is, that's how you are in my comics. And there's people, even that give me permission to use a character, and I tell them how they're going to be, there's people get upset about that. Because they're like, oh, you put me like this. That's how you are. And this is me at a young kid doing this. And there was cases where I was exposing a lot of people. Like, I would do mini comics like at school when I was going through a lot of bully issues, and I was exposing a lot of people, and teachers saw that, and they was like, oh, let's talk to a therapist, other than the fighting. And they looking as, oh, I must have came from a broken home. I'm like, no, I just have a big imagination. What's wrong with that? I'm like,
and I see a lot of world around me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it is spawned through time, like I said, through high school, and then through college. And now college is where I pushed myself even more. I actually took classes to help me more with my art, like learn Photoshop, which probably like the best program ever to ever learn. It's like I can't stay away from Photoshop, and that's like, I advanced more into my art and, get more into comics, like learn about panels and whatnot, into classes on that. But again,
do you do a lot of
drawing? I do, but like I said, more of it's like comic, comic book aspect, and a lot of it's like more of my material. No.
So you do all the illustration, all the storyline,
Yes, I do everything. I storyboard everything. Script, pencil, ink, color, scan everything, letter. I do everything. That's why if you look at one of my comics,
how do you decide
I do everything.
On the colors, and how do you decide on some of the colors and that type of thing whenever you're doing it? Is it just whatever comes to you, or is it inspired, or?
It just pops up to me. I mean, I have some black and white comics, but a lot of my colors, I just look as, hey, what's around me, and depending on the characters that I put in, like, hey, what I figure what they will wear. So some of them wear colors, some wear black and white. Like I said, a lot of my characters are based off real people. And me, I'm more of a colorful person anyway. So, but I can but certain comics I do black and white, especially my 24-hour comics. I do a lot of them black and white, obviously.
Right.
No.
Now tell me about the 24-hour.
Now, I actually found that out when I was going to college at Wright College, and I have, it's good to have friends, and I have a friend that told me about it. And first, I'm like, okay, what a 24-hour comic? What is this? What? And then they explained the rules that I think they usually held it around the first weekend of October. Usually, many comic book shops holds them. They do the 24-hour comic challenge. The whole purpose is to do a 24-hour comic within 24 hours, whether it's pencil, ink, I think pencil ink, some even like color, depending on if you want to do it by a tablet or you want to do it like freehand. You do it within 24 hours. And the only rule is they say is you can't come in with a script before you start the challenge. Like moment the challenge starts, that's when you start cranking your comic. Like if you have to do a script, then do a script. Because I know there was a gentleman that did it, that started it, that invented it. And his idea was to prove that it can be done. Because like I said, if you look at a comic, you have like 2-3 people doing a comic. And sometimes you may not take a typical comic book. Like I said, an average page 24-page comic don't usually take 24 hours. You may say, okay, you may have some people take like a couple days to do it, just to draw it out, or a day or two, or maybe a week to script it and everything. And then with the lettering and the coloring, sometimes lettering, coloring can be difficult because you got to figure out what colors to use and make sure what layers to use. But with the comic, but with the 24-hour comic, when you come in with it, and that's why when I first started doing it, I was like, okay, I'll try it. Cause my first challenge is Challenges Comics, which is held on Milwaukee Avenue. Cheap plug. They held it, and I was there, and I was new to it, and I literally went in. Now when I first went into it, I started consuming a lot of energy drinks and coffee and all that. It helped, but it also affected me afterwards. I mean, I did a challenge, but it wasn't affecting my body afterwards. I wound up crashing, then almost had a heart attack in my sleep, and I was like, okay, there's too much caffeine.
Yeah.
Because I tried to stay up 24 hours straight doing it, and then throughout the challenge, my hand was cramping up, and like I said, I tried to do it with no breaks.
That sounds like it was not a pleasant experience.
No,
sure.
No. I mean, over the time, I got used to it. Now because I usually do the challenges at home, and usually my mom would time me like, okay, like with hours, because my mom writes down everything. Like she will time like, okay, how long it took me to do this page, how long it took me to do that page, and how long did I take a break. And usually I will finish up a 24-page comics under the 24-hour mark.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, because I already did 6 already, and I'm already 6-0.
Hey.
So
it's not as challenging as it was at the time now?
Me personally, no. And like I said, with me, I'm a storyteller. Like if you look on my Facebook page, I tell a lot of stories. And everything usually just pops up in my head. And usually I get an idea of what to do a comic on.
Right. You have to watch out for you. You're going to plug together and be like the silly Disney girl on the comic.
Oh, come on. I'm not that bad now. I usually do comics on everything. As a matter of fact, and speaking of comics, another comic series that I'm actually working on that actually involves, since I mentioned Neo, just say I'm paying homage to 2 particular clubs that I'm familiar with, Neo and Lay Bar, which is currently open. And it's also an 80s series called Static. Now I got 2 books up now, but I got 4 more to work on.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Now, if you decide to put me in a comic, don't let me know. Don't let me be out here.
No, I wouldn't do that. No, I will ask. Trust me. No, I've done that.
Like I said, don't let me be in the dark. Don't do it behind my back.
No, I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. And the one thing about me, and I want to share this story too, and I'll put this out there since we live. And that's another thing that gets me too with certain people. I'll ask people permission because I feel the best characters is people I know. And I met some amazing people, and I can say for many people, they're characters of their own. I mean, I met some amazing people and some off the wall people. I mean, I could be a little weird myself, but I'm like, some of these characters, like, you could be in a comic. And there's situations where I ask people to put them in their comics. Many say yes, some say no. Some say no, I respect. But some that I put in there and I give them a warning, I'm like, look, I'm letting you know I'm a little more real in my comics. It depends how you are in real life. That's how you're going to be in my comics. So, hey, if it's something I touch on, don't feel offended by it. And I've been through that situation at a previous job where just say I kind of got fired for it.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Was it deserved?
I could share the story. Because unfortunately this place is closed. I used to work at Kmart, and I worked there for 5 years. Now, sadly, yeah, a lot of Kmart's been closing their doors, you know, and I feel those who lost their jobs. But just say the situation I was in when I first started working there, I was still doing my comics on the side, and actually I was working on one zombie comic, coincidentally, and which took me 2 years to finish because I wound up jumping. Well, the reason why, because I have another thing I have artist ADD. Like, I can start on a project, and if another project comes up, I want to jump on that. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of doing this zombie comic, a comedy by ad, and a lot of people saw me doing a comedy. I was like, hey, why don't you do a comic about us? And I was like, I don't think it's a good idea. No. They was like, come on, Willie, do it. Come on, do it, do a comic. I'm like, no, I don't think it's a good idea. But I was getting persuaded by management and supervisors, like, you should do a comic about us. I want to see how we look in a comic. And I'm like, I'm going to let y'all know because I'm more truthful in my comics. There's no Disney coming in me. So I literally dropped the D-bomb on them. Ain't no Disney coming for me. Ain't no Disney princesses or no heroes or no Once Upon a Time in a kingdom far, far away, live happily ever after. That's not happening in my comics. So if you look for that in an Ikered comic, sorry, you're not going to get it. Even if it's a happily ever after, it's a happily ever after for now until something worse comes up. But that's just me. So I let them know I'm going to be truthful in a lot of my stuff. So, and plus I signed a contract with them saying that I can't deface them on social media anyway. So if I deface them and put them out there on social media, I will get fired. So I try to respect that. But it was like, no, do it. I was like, okay, you want me to do this? I want this in writing. I was like, write me up another contract stating that I can do comics about y'all. But whatever I put out, I won't get penalized for it. As long as I don't say F Kmart, F Sears Holding, F Little Caesars, because, you know, we just feel they were the Little Caesars guy, and F the Blue Light. Long as I'm not defacing none of that, I can do these comics. So I signed the paper, got it notarized. Just say I turned my job into a full comic book series.
Hey.
I literally unloaded on them bad. I mean, to the point I was exposing management bad, to the point it's like, okay, Willie, you exposing too much. I'm like, well, and plus I was going through a lot of personal things at that job as well. I was like, okay, right. I was really exposing a lot of thefts that was going on, those who were stealing, bad management, corporate visits, people wrongfully getting fired, my characters fighting people. I literally exposed a lot. And yeah, if I didn't sign that paper, I should have got fired for it. But I look as, you know what, they knew they couldn't get me for it. So they wound up finding other stuff to get on me, just to get rid of me, just to find a way to get rid of me. Because they want to get rid of me for that, but they couldn't. Because they know if they would have did that, it would have been a lawsuit. Now, after I got fired, that wound up coming up. I wound up talking to a legal aid about it. And now they wanted me to sue them for it. And I told them, I'm like, I'm already at a better job. I'm already in a better place in my life. I mean, better job with better benefits. I don't need them. And plus, that job's going to fold anyway. That's going to be their karma anyway. Right. And then it was like, well, let's sign a non-disparagement agreement. Like, nope, I'm not signing that either. I told them, like, no. I'm like, I worked so hard on that comic series. Now, it was a point right after I got fired, I actually stopped the series. And I was like in the middle of it. I was like, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to be the bigger man and walk away. And now, a couple years later, right after my termination, people out of random was that either quit or got fired. Because just say my termination really woke a lot of people up. And people want to know the story. People want to know the story of what really happened to me. They was like, you a good worker. You were like the backbone of that job. Why they got rid of you? And I couldn't just tell random people, because at that time I couldn't trust nobody. So I went on Facebook. I did a long novel. Yes, I love to write. A long novel on what happened, on what went down. I dropped some names and everything. And then right after that, I was like, you know what? Maybe I need to finish up what I started. That's why I got back into the Norridge series, as I called it, because that's where it was at, in Norridge, Illinois. I got back doing a comic, put more comics out, even more stories that should have been told. Like, even I even told how I had people spying on the job, and they was just seeing, seeing what's going on, and stuff got delivered to corporate. And yeah, like I said, I told it all until the last comic. Spoiler, my characters wind up jumping everybody. So I know my friend who was working at the time was against that, but I told him, like, look, I'm not putting you in a comic. You didn't have nothing to do with it. I have to tell my story. I'm like, I'm an artist. I'm a writer. I have to tell my story. I can't leave nothing half done. People need to know. People need to know. People need to know what happened. And I literally told those stories through my comics. One went down with me. And I think the last couple of years when I did that, I was exposing more like really what happened, but I did it like on my character's aspect instead of me. So I'm like, okay, I noticed this, I experienced this, but my friends experienced this. So, and then right after that, after I ended the series, I know people asked me to bring them back. I'm like, no, there's nothing really for me to do.
That makes sense.
No.
Now, let's say somebody had a concept they wanted to approach you with and wanted you to write about, whether it were a band or an artist that maybe is a painter. Would you be open to that type of situation where you help them to create something?
Oh, absolutely. No, I'm always open for stuff like that. I'm always open for collaborations, whether it's me writing, like me doing the art, doing the artwork for somebody, or me writing for somebody. I'm always open for that.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm open.
Okay. We have only a few minutes left. So tell everybody where they can find you, out dancing on the weekend, comic book wise, online. Where can people find you?
Okay. Well, social media, I'm like everywhere on social media. I mean, you can find me, on my personal page, Willie Ikered Jr., or you can just type in Ninja or Dance Ninja. My face will pop up with the purple turban, so you can't miss my face. I'm on there. Now, for those who are on Instagram, you can find me at Willie Ikerd. Now, Twitter, at Willie Ikerd, even though I'm not really on Twitter that much. And Snapchat, if you're on that, at Willie_Ikerd. Now, for my cartoon page, just go in, Facebook right now, because I got that right now for Ikered Books. And you're going to see a ninja head with the Ikered Books, Ikered Books logo on there. And like the page, for up-and-coming comics. I'm actually going to put out a comic tomorrow and probably another one later in the week. Now, dancing-wise, because I know it was a point with the comics by Ed, I, fell off with a few because, like I said, personal issues, and plus, when my mom's health and all that, I have to focus more on that. But now, she's all well, so I'm getting back in the groove with my comics. Now, dancing... I'm glad she's around. No, she is. She's a soldier. She's like my biggest supporter. Now, dancing, I'm like all over the place. It varies. Now, I will say this. Every Thursday, for those of you who are in the Chicagoland area, every Thursday, I'm at Disco Nightclub. It's in Celeste. So it's like downtown near the River North area, around Hubbard Street, around Hubbard and Clark. You can't miss it. I'm there every Thursday. Now, this Friday, I'm actually going to be at Beauty Bar to celebrate their 9-year anniversary.
Awesome.
Now, Saturday, usually Saturdays, I'm at Late Bar every Saturday. That's on the corner of Belmont and Drake. Now, I know I've been taking time off from Late Bar because I've been going to other places, and plus everybody wants me everywhere. Now, this Saturday, even I'm going to be at C2E2 this weekend, and I'm cosplaying this weekend. Now, later on that day, I'm going to be at the Logan Square Auditorium, dancing up for this big house music set over there.
Okay.
But yeah, but I'm usually like everywhere. Like I sometimes celebrate in party in Milwaukee and Kenosha. Cause I go to places like Club Icon and in Kenosha. Go to Mad Planet, on Fridays and Saturdays. Mostly on some Fridays if I don't have anything to do on Fridays. So yeah, I'm pretty much all over. And like I said, Beauty Bar, that's another place I go. Like I said, usually depending on the event. I'm usually there. I'm usually there like some 80s nights, Prince Michael Jackson nights, some 90s nights.
Okay. Pride Parade, are you going to be there this year?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You better damn say hi to me and hang out with us afterwards.
I will. No. Matter of fact,
Don't be a stranger.
no, I won't. Speaking of which, on June, I told a lot of people this. June is actually, I'm doing the rounds for Pride for everyone. The first week of the first weekend of June, I will be in Milwaukee for their Pride. The second week of June, I will be in Denver, Colorado for their Pride. And then the third week, I'm gonna be back home in Chicago, you know, for our Pride and our parade.
Awesome.
Now, sadly, I won't be
I
at
will
the
be
in the
Pride
parade.
parade. So that weekend and possibly more into the week, I will be there.
Okay, all right.
So me and Angel and Demeter, a lot of us are gonna go hang out together, and it'd be nice if you come out with us.
Oh, of course, most definitely. I'll find you.
I might not be able to keep up with you on the dance floor, but I'll give it my best.
Okay. Alrighty now.
But I'm gonna let you go now. I thank you so much for talking to me. And if you could send me everything, I will post all the links up with the video.
Alrighty.
So message me that, okay?
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you. We love you guys. Peace out, everybody.